Yo, guys, welcome to Crypto MP. And the question that I think we all have in our minds is, what if this thing dumps forever? And what should we do? And then, is it safe to start buying? Because it's a question I think is fair. Because after big sell-offs like this, historically, anytime we've had massive sell-offs like this, it ends up turning into amazing buys for the long-term run. So I want to try and look at that. Now, yesterday we were talking about the potentials of a demand zone forming, and that didn't play out. So that changes things slightly. So let's bring up the analysis real quick, and then we'll take it from there. So if we look at Bitcoin large time frame, as I explained to you guys yesterday, there's a few similarities as always, as the market has this tendency to rhyme. It never repeats itself, but always rhymes. So we have this trend in the making. Then you have divergence in the formation. Okay, let's bring in the RSI real quick so you can see it there. So you'll have divergence. Price goes higher, RSI is not supporting that idea. And then once we start breaking that specific trend, that typically then sets us up for a range. And the establishment of this range low, that is quite hard, because initially you would say that that's the range low, and here we've broken out of the trend, and you would be right in arguing that fact. Or you can argue that, well, if more time goes on, your perception of what is happening changes, or your perspective changes. Therefore, this is the new range low, the deviation, test of that low, and then a trend within range. Okay, so now where we are now, if I then take away all this messy drawings, where we are now, we're sitting in a situation where maybe time has sped up a little bit, and we have, for the lack of the argument, created the bottom end of the range originally. We've broken through that range in that similar way, and we're moving down. And now this is the big question. Will the long hold? I shared a long idea with you. I'll bring it up now. And the big similarity that we had there is we went into the imbalance zone. Now we're going to shoot through like we did this time around. I hope not, because my leverage is going to take a little bit of a pounding because of that. And if so, when we hold, when will it be safe to really start adding to long positions? Because predominantly now, going short pays better. So let's quickly have a look at the setups. I shared that short with you guys. It's in profit. I shared that short. It's in profit. And the longs up till now has all been, this one missed. So it's not a failed position. It missed the entry. So everybody following the channel, following the setup should be looking good. And then last night, I tweeted out that there is a long in formation, and I was looking to buy that. Okay, strong bullish divergence, everything is looking good. Now, if you want to follow the charts, all you need to do is just go to the Discord in the public EMC public section, and everything that I do publicly on the YouTube, you will get put in here, so you can always go and follow that. So there's the long idea, and yeah, so this then makes it tough, because we broke through demand. I want to see us build a demand zone here, but my invalidation is very clear at 77. So fingers crossed that it's not going to take us out in that sense. Now, short traders, let's see the other way. If we want to try and hit the short, what now needs to happen is, just like any other sell-off, and this is now, is it going to go much lower, or is it going to build a base here and there? But just like any other sell-off, you will have a scenario where the market now needs to go and find new entries, because if everybody is going short, there's literally no more money in the market, doing the other side of the trend. So the shorts are going to get attacked by their stops being then the buys. Okay. Now, I hope that the buys run out, because as long as there's still new buyers trying to find the low, the market will keep on pushing up against them, because the momentum is there. So the hope is that the act of buying this demand zone, or buying this buy zone, this bottom of the range, is on the basis that we're in the minority, in an extreme minority, and there is nobody looking to get in along at the moment. Then it can't go lower because there's no more stops fueling the thing. Because every time, if we go to a smaller time frame now, every time new traders enter the market, okay, and let's switch off Buddy real quick. Every time new long traders enter the market, you can see them there in the form of wicks. This is market executed orders. I want to buy the bottom. The market doesn't give them the reaction and they forced to jump ship. And this is what's happening here. And I would love to see a blue candle, hopefully, and all these long traders are taken out now and the market starts moving up. And that's the hope for our long setup. Okay, so in short, I think the easy way to look at this is a good area to buy, just like that was a good area to sell. And the reality is that we don't know what the future is going to bring. The fact that the divergence is there, everything is there to try and slow the market price down is good. But ultimately, I will only really be comfortable with this long if this bottom trend support that I've got there for the range, which is also our pivot support, our thou shall not cross line, is when price starts reclaiming that level. Okay, then I would feel really good about this. So let's maybe move this up so that the candles and everything else is a little bit more visible. I just want to swap them around. There you have it. Okay, so that is when I'll be a little bit more comfortable. And at the moment, it's hairy. It's hairy, guys. The long might fail. Okay. As for your shorts, let's talk about your shorts at the moment. I will be comfortable just letting them ride. Okay. Momentum is clearly in their favor. And my get out of jail for the long would look as follows. The market will at some stage try and fill the imbalance left behind from the previous range low. Okay. Meaning it's going to try and creep back up to $90,000. Okay. And typically that's your rebalance zone or your get out of jail, your action zone. If you bought Bitcoin at the wrong time, you bought these demand zones and it fails from an investment point of view and so forth. So hedges will restructure themselves. I think my first long just got taken out now. So hedge traders will restructure their positioning. And they will do that by trying to get price to go there. Okay, so that is typical things that we need to just keep in the back of our head. And then when we get there, I would look to add to this short, meaning now that the momentum is there, you can almost think of it like this version of a buy. Okay, massive sell-off, price creeps up, hits resistance, goes lower, then price gives us a trend, reloads, and then goes on. Okay, and that's what I want to try and look for there. Okay, so I'm trying to look for that same short in that area. Okay, so fingers crossed that the market does give me that before it takes out my additional long. I've got 2 long positions in this box. One was a little heavily leveraged on a smaller time frame, and then the big one that I've got shared with you guys with its invalidation below the box. And only time will tell which one is going to be, or whether it's going to do this or whether it's going to fall down lower. Now, the danger that I have with lower, 8 minutes in, I'm going to end off with this, is if you look at this weekly time frame, guys, what will destroy people's hope is if this thing just goes all the way there. Okay, and that's why I want to let the shorts run. Typically, the market retraces within this kind of a momentum, this channel, okay? And we basically have that same channel in formation, and we remain bullish long term. This is weekly time frame for that. So this insane bearish trend that we're in at the moment, it's only 1 week, 2 weeks old in the end of the day. So it's not a trend actually. And if you're fair, if you go daily 4 hours, you can argue it's a trend. But if you look at it from a weekly point of view, it's just a retrace. Okay, massive pump, massive dump. If it's fast, it won't last. That's typically what that is. It was almost, you can almost argue that it's a Bart Simpson chart. And then goes down, eyeball, and then down, and then runs. the nose or the mouth. I don't know what you want to call it, but typically that's typically what's potentially happening at the moment, which puts insane amount of pressure on Ethereum and all the others. Now, this is my ETH first investment buy. Now, this is HODL. It's not leverage, but I mean, these kind of things do play a role. Okay, so there you have everything, guys, that I think could arm you to just kind of be in the right mindset. Today's video is brought to you by Bybit. Peter, bring up that Bybit thing. So if you have a look at Bybit, there's a few advantages that I do give. I give you guys access to the buddy indicator, and you can come and trade live with me when I trade during the day. And what the Bybit also has is the trade guide that comes with it. So you can use the buddy indicator. So you can use that to kind of define where we are. We're in a bear market, okay? What is the emotions for people that are currently bearish? They're greedy, okay? So these are the strategies that you need to be using with the buddy indicator, the red SO2 and the red SO3s, okay? Is it bearish, but everybody is fearful, meaning it's pumping, okay? Then you would be using these kind of strategies. So it gives you a little bit of an idea to know which of the specific setups to use. And there's some information on how it works there as well. So go and check that channel out. I've also, so I put the link for you guys in the EMC public area in the trading guide there. Okay, that's it. Let's go to the comments. Let me see where you guys are at. Stanku, hello Stanku, hello Renee. Did you manage to fix Discord? Yes, Discord is working and I can prove it, okay? It didn't even work for me. So you can head over to the navigation channel and you can open a one-on-one support ticket now. Again, I don't know what I did, but kind of screwed up something. So then it creates a private ticket where you can chat. You can go back. You can have a look at all the other stuff. You can buy the indicator. You can get all the options to do that. And this is I think the sweet deal that I'm basically going to stick. I'm no longer going to do subscriptions to the premium group. I never wanted a paid group. It was something that kind of, was said it needs to be that way. So this is the way that's going to be. So my private community is a community. Once you're in. It's simple as that. It's a once-off payment. You can go and have a look at that, and everything is in there. So you can open those tickets and get it done. Let's quickly see. Yuto, haven't heard from you in forever. Yes, it's a crazy market. Sam, this is a really fair question. Can the CME gap get filled? Yes, definitely from where we are now. When we were sitting in 92, it didn't make sense. And remember, I always take things level by level. I don't try and predict too far ahead because otherwise you're just going to fall over your feet if your prediction doesn't play out. So rather prepare for all eventualities and then just take it that way. So let's look at that CME gap real quick, okay? So you can clearly see this is what our Bitcoin big picture analysis was. And that is the area that I thought the buy is going to happen. Now the market is treating us, is against us. But here's the CME gap. And you can see 79.2, we're already in it. So it's not a case actually of can it be filled, Sam, it's filled. Okay, so will it overshoot? That's the question and move. Now, CME wise, this is just something that I want to point out to you guys. I kind of cleaned up my charts a little bit with all the old writings, but typically the rule of thumb with a CME gap is it gets filled and then the market moves on and continues on with its trend. Okay, so that's how CME gaps typically work. So when you create these gaps, the market finds a way to go and, liquidity is left behind. The problem, though, is sometimes CME gaps get filled like this. So from a bear's point of view, one can argue that there was a CME gap there for the bears. So it fills the gap. Okay, great. The gap is filled. And now you want to see more downside. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily mean the trend is going to continue. Okay, it just means that, at the moment there's liquidity waiting for it there. And that's all that it is. So remember these CME gaps, they're almost like it's not a roadmap, it's a destination map. There's a reason for price to be there, and there's a high statistical probability that it will go there. Okay, let's see what else you have in the comment. been crazy work, but CoinGecko gave me a nice notification of ETH hitting 2.79. So you go pass if you don't deserve the fruit, I guess. I just think market should rise. Look, it is one of those things. I mean, I started trading when I still had a full-time job as well, and managing and balancing both can be extremely hard and taxing on you. But it's one of those things that it doesn't get better on the other side of the road as well. Even if you sit here in front of it 24/7, you literally can't sit like a machine 24/7. So you're going to spend time with your family. You're going to go away. So you're going to have distractions and stuff to miss you out. Okay. So these kind of things will happen. Okay. Chris, Liesel, hello. I think already on. Hello, Altec codes. Let's see. Okay, guys. So that is pretty much the prognosis. There's a lot of pain in the market. The pain could potentially go on a little bit lower. Okay. I'm in this long, okay, and I have one position left. Okay, my short is looking amazing, all right, but my long is not looking so good. So hopefully this turns around and I can get out there, and I can add to my short. And then obviously, like we know, what if this is the CME? This is as low as it's going to go, okay? And we have a scenario where it starts building a base, building demand. And now because you're too overly bearish, you end up missing buying the bottom of it, okay? $19,000 BTC kind of, is like a fresh memory for me regarding that. I was so tired trading it down from 25. This move here, let me show this to you guys. I was so tired trading it down. Oh, come on, don't do that. Trading it all the way down there, from there. So by the time it hit that area, I thought, I'm just going to take a weekend break, and then I'll come back Monday and get in on the consolidation. And that was Monday. We were sitting at 21 already. And then I was like, maybe it will come back down, and never did. Okay. So from a leverage trade, that was kind of this missed opportunity that I want to say. So I don't want to do the same here. So I want to have skin in the game. I think each and every one of you guys should have skin in the game, guys, for that reason, irrespective of how you feel about the larger sentiment. Okay. Let's take away that brush. Let's move everything back up so the candles are nice and clean and visible. Okay, so there you have the setup. You have the idea. The short's doing well, and we're taking a high risk long, and we're offsetting the risk or the fees for this by the fact that that short is printing pretty for us at the moment. Okay, there you have it, guys. Have a lovely day. If there's anything crazy, I will do a HODL stream this afternoon where we'll be looking at coins like Cardano and so forth. But if it just sits like this, I'll rather want to wait for, the market to give us some momentum or something other than just this. Because when you're doing HODL, you can only buy when it's going to go up to make money, or you can ladder in, or you can wait for these areas. But there's no real gain to be had. Only leverage traders make money on the way down. HODL is, they cry. Simple as that. Okay. That's everything from me, guys. Thanks so much. Do me a solid. If the content was helpful, give me a like, give me a subscribe. If you're new, share the video with a friend. Let's get some like-minded people in. Go and join the Discord. All the ticketing and everything should be working. Make use of the partnerships. I try and make it as accessible to you guys as possible for the little guy, the new guy. Okay, try and make it as accessible that I can as possible. And come and join me. It's as simple as that. The rest of the guys are waiting in the Discord. We're going to be popping over there. And yeah, Market Tactics has been timestamped. Everybody that has been in the video there, so they know what is cooking in the Discord. Cheers, guys. See you hopefully this afternoon. Bye-bye.